What are y'all here to accomplish at the Aggie Rally?
So we're trying to basically answer any kind of admissions questions, financial aid, different questions that they might have about the majors here at Texas A&M, and just kind of get them more of a feel of what it's like to be an Aggie, and kind of bring a little bit of Aggie land to the DFW area.
How was your first experience at Texas A&M?
Incredible. I absolutely loved A&M. The moment I walked on campus, the moment I toured campus, I knew it was the school for me.
How are the teachers at Texas A&M?
They are awesome. I loved all of my professors.
Alright, cool. Alright, thank you. That's it.
Everybody? That would be nice and cute if I wasn't dressed in this nice blazer right here, and I wore it especially for y'all. Let's say it again. Let's do it the Texas A&M way. Howdy! Okay, don't make me feel like I was in College Station. Wonderful. I'm glad to see you all here bright and early on this morning. We are definitely glad on behalf of the Office of Admission and the Prospective Student Center in Dallas. We're so glad that you guys came and joined us this morning for our Aggie Rally. Give it up for the Aggie Rally. Throughout this morning, we'll have some drawings and things for you guys to get very excited about. I got some free stuff. Everybody likes free stuff, right? Okay, so we have some great stuff, great prizes to give out to you. But first, we're going to have a couple welcoming remarks. I'd like to invite to the stage Mr. Michael Jr. He is the advised Texas person for here at Davenport High School. Let's give it up for him as he comes.
All right, howdy. As Casey said, my name is Michael Jr. I am one of the college advisors here at Duncanville High School. So I actually went to Duncanville High School as a student. I graduated class of 2012, and I recently graduated from Texas A&M University. I was class of 2016. All right, so my time as a college advisor at Duncanville High School has been very different as a student, but I can say that I've had the honor of helping our kids get ready for college or just life plans after high school. Duncanville really does foster a great environment, offering our kids the tools that they need to pursue whatever they choose to pursue after high school. So whether that be college, the military, or if they just want to go out and get a job, we are there to help them every step of the way. I think I've really enjoyed my time here at Duncanville High School, coming back as an employee, and I have the privilege of introducing a special guest that has helped my time here at Duncanville as an employee been above my wildest expectations. So as I said, I have the honor of introducing our speaker tonight, not tonight, of introducing our next speaker, the principal of Duncanville High School, Ms. Tia Simmons. So something about Ms. Simmons, she actually is the first female principal at Duncanville, so give a round of applause for that. Throughout the year, Ms. Simmons, she's given me everything that I've needed. If I ever have any questions, I know I can always ask her, and she's never told me no. And I ask a lot of questions, so that's always been a great thing, that I know that I have her full support. And so, without further ado, Ms. Tia Simmons.
Good morning. Good morning. I really just would like to bring you a welcome to Duncanville High School. We are so excited to have the Aggie Rally here this year. We are grateful for the partnership and all of our sister schools and our brother schools who have come out to join us in this focus for college and career readiness. I'm excited to see all the scholars here this morning, excited on this new journey that you are taking a focus on. We are looking forward to all the information that you will receive today to make sure you are making the right decisions for your college or career decisions in the future, because your post-high school experience is what you should be focused on now, and it is critically important for your future. And so as we all surround you in your focus for college and career readiness, we encourage you to take advantage of this awesome opportunity, and I hope that you make a serious connection today as you prepare to move forward. And in the spirit of Texas A&M, I will just say welcome to Duncanville High School and howdy.
So today you're going to get used to hearing a lot of people say howdy to you, okay? So get used to it. You ever come on our trips with us, people will say it. If you ever go to the campus and visit on your own, they will say it. So you will get tired of it, but it will become ingrained in your head by the end of the day. So let's try it one more time. Howdy. Howdy. Good one, okay. Use it today, all day. Today we also have, this event is sponsored by the Office of the Chancellor, as well as the Office of Admissions, and Senator Royce West. Unfortunately, he could not be here today, but we do have a video message from him, so please turn your eyes to the screens here.
Howdy, potential Aggies, you represent the best and the brightest that Senate District 23 has to offer as current seniors and juniors who are successfully traversing the educational highway that identifies you as one of the top 10% students and soon-to-be graduates of your respective high school. Congratulations. My name is Royce West, I'm your state senator. Sorry I couldn't be with you today, but rest assured that I've been working with A&M and its most dedicated league of administrators, faculty, staff, alums, and students to make this day possible for you. Some 5 years ago, I began a conversation with A&M Chancellor John Sharp to bring deserving students from my Senate district to the campus of Texas A&M University. His reply was, yes, of course. Why don't we bring Texas A&M University, steeped in all its glory and tradition, to your district and your students? We began a dialogue with area ministers that actually visited the campus, learned about the university and the admissions process, and yes, actually attended the A&M game. On the plane ride back, we started plans that would ultimately manifest themselves into the Aggie Rally. Area leaders, including your superintendents, principals, counselors, and teachers, didn't want our best and brightest to be entertained. Yes, we wanted the lights, sounds, and the enthusiasm that surround A&M. But more specifically, we wanted you to be engaged and totally immersed in the recruitment and outreach process that result in students like yourself applying to and being accepted to the freshman class at Texas A&M University, one of our Texas flagship institutions, and ultimately graduated from A&M. The inaugural rally was held in 2014, and over the course of the years that the rallies have existed, over 2,000 students' parents have attended. Last year was the most well-attended to date. Over 2,000 students in District 23 attended and engaged with Texas A&M University. In total, in Dallas-Fort Worth, roughly 700 students applied. 5,000 students were admitted, and over 2,000 students attended A&M out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's evident that the rallies have been and are successful in opening the doors to Texas A&M to District 23 and the Dallas-Fort Worth students. As you are exposed to the loyalty and dedication of A&M, you will be introduced to the Aggie spirit. It's my hope that you will take the spirit with you and actually apply to A&M, be admitted, accepted, attend, graduate, and return to District 23 where you will live, work, and raise your families. Again, thank each of you for coming out very, very early on Saturday morning to participate in the 2017 Aggie Rally that was specifically designed to reiterate that Texas A&M University wants you to be a part of their family. A special thanks to Chancellor Sharp and the entire A&M family.
Let's give it up for Senator Royce West. I'd like to thank him for being a part of such an event, even though he could not make it, he sends us his best. One thing I definitely want to tell all students is that as you see us, a lot of us have on these staff Texas A&M Rally t-shirts. If you do have questions throughout the day that you do not get a chance to have answered, please come find one of us, and also collect business cards if there are any. It's very important that you maintain a contact with you today. I want you to leave this place knowing somebody. I always tell my students that I recruit that your network is your net worth, okay? So definitely make sure that you take the opportunity to reach out to these many counselors and these department heads and people who are recruiting, okay? Make sure you grab their information. That's very important for you today. I also have the distinct honor to introduce to the stage one of the most important people that is a part of this program that allows us for this program to become very effective, I would say. He is, I met him a few years ago, and he is definitely a guy that's going to give you a little bit of entertainment, we hope, as he comes up here and speaks to us. Mr. Bobby Weiser is coming to the stage right now. Come on, Bobby. He is a wonderful person, and he's going to show you this information and some greetings from the university.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Am I live? Am I live? Okay. I don't know about the entertainment part. That's a little bit difficult for me to do. But I want to start by, is Lawana Barton here? Lawana, are you here? There you are. This is Senator West's Chief of Staff, and she's been a great partner with us. She didn't go to another school, but that's okay. So we're excited to have Lawana here. Give Lawana a hand, please. So why are we doing this? The senator spoke about it. This gets an introduction to Texas A&M as you begin to think about what schools you want to apply to. But we also wanted to have a chance for you to see a bit more of A&M by talking specifically to some of the college recruiters, in addition to our PSC staff, but also learning a little bit about the degree programs. And those degree programs actually lead to opportunities for your careers after you graduate. You'll graduate from Texas A&M. And so I want to kind of share maybe my story about why I went to Texas A&M. And I think it's a story relatively consistent with our former students as well. I had a lot of options. Grew up in Bryan, had a lot of options relative to career or to college, and I didn't want to stay at home. I wanted to leave. So I figured out a way to have a college experience by moving out and moving into an apartment with some friends. And what I discovered about Texas A&M just really opened my eyes to not just my career, but the world. And so I had a great academic experience. And what you will find as you meet the individuals from the colleges today is how important or the value of a high quality teaching and learning environment that you'll have at Texas A&M. In addition to that, A&M is what we consider a research-intensive university. So what does that mean? That means our faculty members and graduate students, and some of our undergrad students as well, are involved in pretty significant research that could really save lives, improve lives. Let me give you an example. We have faculty members who are working along with the graduate students and some undergraduate students working on new drugs around cancer. And so just think about that. You've got a faculty member whose day-to-day job, in addition to teaching, is to conduct research. So what's happening in the research lab, the cutting-edge research findings, that faculty member is sharing in the classroom. So you're always ahead at a research-intensive university. I'd like to say you're always ahead of other students who are at non-research intensive colleges and universities. So the research that we do really is designed to try to have a positive impact on people's lives. And it ranges from all fields, so including liberal arts as well. So if you're a history major and you understand some research that our faculty members are doing, really understanding some parts of history that we may not have the full information about, well, you get to be a part of that as a student. You get to hear it firsthand from our faculty members. The other thing is, I was amazed at how many of our faculty members who are internationally recognized researchers and teachers, how many of them are actually teaching? And so that's something you should always ask as you're considering this. How many of those researchers at these research universities are actually in front of students teaching, in addition to doing the research? The other big part of the life of a student at Texas A&M, in addition to the academics, and is connected to the academics, is the Student Life Program. Students get to be involved in the more than, I don't know how many student organizations we have now, 2,000 student organizations. And we always say, if there's not an organization that meets your needs, you can form your own student organization. But those organizations are, again, student-led, student-driven, and the university applauds those, encourages those. And so you get to lead other students. You'll learn that leading those students, leading your colleagues, leading your fellow students in those student organizations actually improves your leadership skills, because it's active leadership. And then you'll be able to take those same skills you learn as a leader on campus, and then those become your skills as you lead your communities. Because the expectation is that Aggies graduate and they lead. And I won't do the Aggie joke about the bosses. But I want you to really focus today for a little while, because you've got a whole senior year ahead of you, to just start thinking about where do you want to be in life, and what university that has a complete support system that will get you there. And I'd like to challenge you to say, I think Texas A&M is that choice. So in fact, the fact that you're here today says a lot about what you've been able to accomplish, and in fact, what you can accomplish in not only at college, but in your careers. And so we wanted to bring A&M to you right here in Dallas-Fort Worth, so you can get a taste of it. But we also want you to start thinking about and start deciding about visiting campus. Campus visits are all planned by our PSC staff, and I think you'll get some additional information and additional experiences that will really help you understand what Texas A&M is all about. Again, we're interested in graduating top quality students who actually lead. Not only lead on campus, but lead in their jobs, but they also lead in their communities. So there's a tremendous sense of community involvement and community spirit that comes with being a Texas A&M graduate. So without further ado, I want to thank you for being here today. Thank you for giving us a chance to expose you to Texas A&M. Thank you for the huge contributions and the success you've had to date. And we look forward to seeing you on campus in the future. And then we most certainly look forward to seeing you enrolled at Texas A&M. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Beiser, for speaking to us about that. I'd like to also introduce you today. He said tonight, man, I must be tired or something. I'd like to introduce you today, Miss Ashley Harris. She is the junior class president at DeSoto High School. She is coming to talk to us about some very important reasons on why we should go to college. And let's give her a round of applause as she comes.
Good morning. Good morning. First, I would like to acknowledge the Chamberman of Texas A&M Systems and the President of Texas A&M and Senator West for having this event and allowing me to speak. And howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Howdy. The big question, why should I go to college? No better question, why shouldn't I go to college? College teaches you an understanding of life and freedom. But knowledge is more than just power. Knowledge is more than a key. Knowledge is everlasting immortality. Once you obtain it, it can never be taken. When you go to college, you'll be able to get more than an understanding of how to learn information. You'll be able to understand a sense of rights and your sense of self. You'll be able to make connections, have family traditions made, and you'll be able to meet many of people and have thousands of opportunities open for you. Studies show that earlier generations that went to college said that college paid off, and millennials said that when they go to college, it will pay off, based off the statistical facts that 98% of the people that went to college that make 6 figures now are happy that they went to college and said that it paid off, rather than the 63% of the people that said that they didn't go to college and make $50,000 or less annually, wish that they went to college. And honestly, we're all gonna have bills to pay. We're all gonna have to buy food. And we're all gonna have Netflix accounts that we need to keep running. And having job security would help. And going to college, you gain job security and rewards. And by making connections at college, by joining organizations and having traditions, help these rewards and connections, like the Aggie Ring tradition. The Aggie Ring tradition symbolizes an Aggie kinship. Once you leave, it follows you forever. Or the Aggie system has an on-campus incubator to support entrepreneurial students. This gives them workspaces, mentoring, and free services. This includes accounting and legal assistance. Plus, going to college is an awesome way to find your soulmate, either if it's physiology or sociology, unless you're more of a political science type of person. And employers say that if you do go to college, they have classes there that broaden your skill set. They say that 90% of employers like people that took broader classes like critical thinking and problem solving in college because they're not offered in other places. Because it shows that you have an open mind, you can do your job to the best of your ability. And they also look at if you joined an organization, if you had sports, or if you were dedicated. Just by going to college, you show them that you are dedicated to your career and that you can do your work because you took the time out and graduated from college. And it shows them that you can work in your work field with others because you joined a team or is in an organization or a club. And to me, if you think about it, college is the answer for me. With all these benefits, I ask you, why wouldn't you go to college?
Okay, here comes the fun part that we're gonna give away some stuff, guys. Okay, you will be more excited about free stuff than that. I can't even get, is it too early for everyone? All right. Now keep in mind, this may not be the only prizes that we give away today. So I'm gonna give away one, let's start with some t-shirts. Who want a t-shirt? Oh, let's see. Who gonna be like, really? Let's see. Okay. Oh, now y'all gonna get loud. Let's see, one more. I'm coming back. Don't fall down. Okay. Now I have one gift bag that I want to give away here. Howdy. All right, I'll keep it respectful too, okay? All day we'll probably try to give away some few things. Let's see, is there Alexis Rucker in the building? Alexis, come get a gift bag from us. Give it up for Alexis. Let's see, who else do we want to give bags to? Let's see here. Where are my counselors at? Okay, so let's see here. I see you, Miss Eileen. Let's see. Counselor, wave your hand one more time. Counselor back here. Name a student real quick. Right here. Yes, you. Huh? Simone, come on, get you a gift bag. Simone here? She's not here? You said what now? Carolyn Hauser. You here? Yeah, come on, Carolyn, get your bag. Miss Ali, pick one of your students. Anthony, come get a gift bag. And I need one more counselor from this side. Yes, ma'am. Right here. You wave your hand. Michelle Mosley, come get your bag. And I have a couple more t-shirts I need to give out. But before I give out my t-shirts, I want everybody to grab your black bags that you have. She opened it ready for something. Man, start getting like free stuff, everybody get excited. So there are a few things in your bags that I want you to know what they are and what you're doing with these bags, okay, today? First thing is, before we get ready to leave, we have one more video we're going to watch, but there's the Aggie Rally here at we're in the DFW area that decided to share some of their feelings about how they go about their days at Texas A&M. Please pay attention to the screen.
Howdy. My name is Alex Yola, and I'm a sophomore aerospace engineering major from Dallas, Texas. Growing up, A&M wasn't really something that I heard much about, something more that I started hearing about at high school. So one time I applied to come for a weekend and to spend the night with a current student and to find out more about A&M. And I remember calling my dad that weekend and telling him not to come pick me up, that I found the college for me. I'm pretty sure I can go to any other campus, but it just won't have the same atmosphere as it is, and it won't do as rich in values. I just love how no matter where I go, I just feel like I belong there. A&M was my top school from the start, and I don't regret that decision any day. I'm so happy I'm here right now. There you go.
Howdy. My name is Darius Brown. I'm a freshman, class of 2020 from Dallas, Texas, and I'm majoring in history. What I would tell my friends back home that's kind of skeptical about coming to A&M, in comparison to any other campus that I have visited before, I've never seen a school that was as helpful as this one was. So a student that's probably coming here for the first time, I would say just have an open mindset. Great thing about A&M is just the people. The people and the environment is the greatest thing about A&M. Diplomatic.
All right, guys. Well, that's what we have for you today in terms of the Aggie Rally piece. Now we want you to go to the different sessions that are available to you. There will be people placed throughout the lobby and throughout the hallways to direct you where you need to go. Counselors, your session is in B130. Just want to let you know that, just in case that wasn't clear. All right, guys, have a great day.
All right, my name is Michael Hudson. I'm the Assistant Director for Corps Recruiting at Texas A&M. I was a member of the Corps of Cadets from 93 through 97. I was a member of the Aggie Band. Any band members? All right, so as you kind of heard, I come from a long line of Aggies. My main purpose here is to answer any questions you might have. So as I go through the presentation, if you have questions, just stop and ask, okay? Don't wait to the end. I want to make sure we hit everything as much as possible, especially since our time is very brief. If you fill out those prospect cards, either get it back to me or just drop them in the mail. Then we have someone from campus contact you. But the main thing is communication. All right, what I'm going to do now, I'll start with a quick video. You definitely get a brochure and all the other information. All right, here's my contact information. Again, I have business cards over here, so grab them, contact me, let me know what I can do for you. Overall, the Corps is tough. It's mentally and physically demanding. The Corps is a military structured environment. You're going to get yelled at somewhat. You'll do physical fitness. You'll do military training while you're in college. We are creating leaders. It's a very tough program, but very rewarding, and anybody in this room can do it. The Corps offers a lot of scholarships. Everybody wants free money, right? If your mom and dad were in here, they'd be saying, heck yeah, okay? So the Corps has over 2,100 scholarships based on need and merit for about 2,600 men and women. So not everybody in the Corps gets a scholarship, but not everybody in the Corps needs a scholarship. Our scholarships range from anywhere from $1,000 a year up to almost $5,000 a year based on need and merit. And while you're at Texas A&M, you have to maintain a certain GPA in order to keep that scholarship. On your application, for you juniors, when you apply to Texas A&M, make sure that you fill out the scholarship section on the applytexas.org application. For you seniors, if you filled out that section and you've told us that you're interested in the Corps, then you're already looking at you, and the scholarship department will be in touch with you anywhere from now until the 1st of September to let you know what kind of a scholarship that you may be getting. Any question on that? All right. So, who can tell me what is the Corps of Cadets? What is the Corps of Cadets?
The 12th man.
It's that and everything else. All right. So the Corps is actually the ROTC and leadership program at Texas A&M, Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine. A&M started as a military school for its first almost 90 years, and then we let women in, thank God, making us the world-class institution we are today. We have both ROTC and leadership, meaning no military obligation. How can you join? You just be admitted to Texas A&M. And then during your new student conference, you go to the Corps registration orientation, you sign some paperwork, and you're in the Corps. And then sign up for, come in for freshman orientation week. Any men and women can join as long as they have at least 2 years left on their degree plan. So if you apply to A&M and A&M says no, we're going to give you, a program for assistant admission, or you're denied, you can still transfer into the Corps. If you're on blend team, you can be in the Corps. So there's a lot of different ways you can still join the Corps. If you want to go to Aggie Land, all roads lead there. Okay, and you can still join the Corps. And of course, our military commitment is none, but currently almost 45% of our cadets will take a commission and go into the military. If you get that ROTC scholarship, it will cover your tuition, your books, your fees, and a monthly paycheck. And then in turn, you're going to be committed to that armed services for a number of years. All right, the Corps, we actually just finished almost $250 million total renovations. We're having all 12 dorms renovated, dining facility, 4 leadership learning centers. We'll have a new band hall going up in January. We have guaranteed housing. So if you join the Corps, we'll guarantee you a place on campus. On the quad, those 4 leadership learning centers, the one on the top right, that's where we have computer labs, study rooms, meeting rooms. We do tutoring. We do everything that you need for your academic support in the Corps of Cadets right there in that area. Grades are very important in the Corps. The Corps has some of the best grades on campus. Our freshmen and sophomores typically beat the university average GPA semester after semester. Most recently, here's the spring semester 2016. Our freshmen posted a 3.03. The rest of the university had a 2.72 because of the emphasis we put on academics. Okay. In fall 2017, the overall Corps, the entire Corps GPA was a 3.03, and 30% of our cadets are in the College of Engineering. All right, we provide a lot of emphasis and a lot of things for grades, and then also depending on what you want to do in the Corps, a specific GPA is attached to that position. You want to be a commanding officer, a drum major, for those who want a commission, etc. There's a mandatory GPA. Your daily schedule: Monday, Wednesday, Friday, wake up early in the morning, go do physical fitness. Tuesdays and Thursdays, some military instruction inside the dorm, morning formation and chow. The entire formation is done right there in the quad in the heart of campus, and then march into our dining facility. During the academic day, which runs from about 7:30 in the morning until 6 o'clock at night, that is your time to be able to go to class, go back to your dorm room, go to sleep, join the skydiving club, have a part-time job, go to Walmart, whatever you want to do to be a regular college student, you do it. But anytime you're in an academic building on campus, you are in a uniform. Like you saw in the video, there's that khaki colored uniform. That's pretty much what you're going to wear most times you're going to go to class. When you're in your dorm room or going off campus, you can be dressed in whatever you want to wear. Then we have some core activities in the evening time. If you join one of our special programs, that's when they'll do some training as well. Then we have evening formation 3 nights a week. After evening formation, we have mandatory study hall. That's that evening study time, which we call EST, 5 nights a week, because y'all love to study, right? I know you go home, you're like, Mom and Dad, I need to study. Turn off the TV. Mom and Dad, turn off the Xbox. I'm studying. Some of y'all maybe, okay? But we set time aside to make sure it's only academics. During that time, the Corps provides about $20,000 of free tutoring for our cadets from both engineering classes, business classes, foreign languages, things that you need to be able to be successful in as a good foundation starting off. The Corps is going to help you out. And then the evening study time, yes, you have lights out, because y'all need to be going to sleep, but in college, realistically, you're going to be up late. Evening study time will occur after that. If you're up after lights out, it's for academic reasons only. All right, not going to go visit your boyfriend or girlfriend, not to go to the ball, not to go, hang out at the rec center or go to, McDonald's at 11 o'clock at night. You're either in your bed or you're studying. Now, that also, if you're studying, that can be a computer lab, an engineering lab, etc. But again, study, study, study. Any questions on the academic day? On the weekends, if we have a home football game, the Corps does go to the home football game. We saw the march in the video. So that will start Saturday, either early morning or mid-morning, depending on what time the game is. We go to the football game. Afterwards, we have victory yell. Sunday, that is your time. And then we have evening study outfit meeting, and then evening study time Sunday night. Anytime there's a conflict between academics and Corps, academics will always win. Okay, if you need to go to church Wednesday night during evening study time, you can sign out, you can go to church. All right, we're not going to impede on your religious freedoms. But just remember, everything we're doing is for that academic support. Mom and Dad love you, but you're not supposed to move back home after you graduate.
Exactly.
And some of y'all probably don't want to move back home after you graduate anyway. I wouldn't blame you. All right, the Corps is divided into the ROTCs, Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine, and then the Aggie Band as its own major unit. If you come stay with us, you can learn more about each unit individually. The units are classified starting by academic, so they're STEM or non-STEM, they're pre-professional, and other types of degrees. And then after that, some don't have an academic emphasis, like say E2. All right, that's our rep. That's the unit that handles rep.
EA or Blizzard, they have a lot of people come in and recruit from our college. So students from this major do a lot in the animation and gaming field. So I normally end off my presentation with a video that does the best work of visualization. So.
Presentation here. Certainly want to open it up for Q&A as well. Did everybody sign in? Good. Okay. You got some brochures, got a pen, everything. That's good. Those little gingham things, those are mints inside there. In case you didn't figure that out already. Yeah. All right. Good. All right. So some people are like, what is this? It's like a rattle or something. I'm like, no, there's mints in there, man. So anyway, we're glad you guys are here and hope you're excited to be here. So you guys are all juniors in high school, is that right? Okay, juniors are juniors, almost seniors, right? So that's looking forward to that. I'm sure you guys are excited about that. Our Engineering Academy program, we're really, really excited about this. And so I want to talk to you about that this morning. Our Engineering Academy program is a fantastic opportunity, a fantastic way for you to start your Texas A&M engineering degree here locally in the Dallas area. So what our Academy program is basically is a co-enrollment program. It allows you to take A&M engineering courses each semester, taught here in the Dallas area. You take your math and your science courses, also taught here in the Dallas area, but it's through one of our two-year partner schools, either El Centro College or Richland College. And those are our current partner institutions here in the Dallas area. So I really just want to talk to you about what we do and why we're doing this. The main reason we're doing this, guys, is to expand access and increase affordability, right? The Workforce Commission here in Texas has estimated that there's going to be a shortage of 60,000 engineers by 2022. Okay, now you guys are juniors right now. You're going to graduate high school in 2018, okay? 2018 plus 4 years, that's 2022 right there, right? So you guys are in a perfect position to ultimately take one of those jobs and get one of those, be competitive for one of those jobs in the future. And a lot of that has to do with a generational shift. A lot of people are getting older that are currently in the workforce. They're going to move into retirement age. But some of it's new technologies that are coming online every day, right? So we've got cars that are going to be driving themselves. Amazon's going to have that giant, if you got heard of that floating fortress they're going to have up in the sky, they're going to deliver your packages with drones. And there's all sorts of new technologies that are coming online every day. So the need is significant, not just here in Texas, but around the world. And so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to meet that need here in Texas and beyond. And this is one of the ways that we're doing that at Texas A&M. We're trying to increase and increase affordability and expand the access to our engineering degrees. And so we're all over the state now. I kind of show you, can kind of see where we are. So we're up here in the Metroplex. We're all the way as far south as Brownsville. So we're trying to cover the entire state of Texas because, again, we know that there's a need right now. There's certainly going to be a need in the future. And so with the co-enrollment program, as I mentioned, if you were to enter into the Engineering Academy here in the Dallas area, you'd be admitted to Texas A&M, and you'd be admitted to the College of Engineering at Texas A&M. But instead of starting your degree in College Station, you would start here in the Dallas area. So we provide Texas A&M faculty here at the El Centro campus to teach our Texas A&M engineering courses each semester. And then you register for your math and your science and your other elective courses through either El Centro or Richland, okay? So it's great because you can stay close to home, all right? That's a nice feature. It's great because you can have access to small classes. It's also great because you can save a substantial amount of money compared to a student who goes full-time here to College Station all 4 years in our College of Engineering. And so, again, that's kind of what we're doing. So the main minimum requirement, okay, the main minimum requirement is that students are ready to start off in college level pre-calculus or higher. Okay, and what happens right now, we ask our students to first submit an application to either El Centro or Richland. Okay, El Centro or Richland, they will pre-qualify you based on your math readiness. Okay, some of you may be taking pre-calculus right now. You may be scheduled to take calculus next year as seniors. Some of you may be doing some dual credit coursework. I don't know, but there's a variety of different methods that our partner institutions use to pre-qualify students. Sometimes they look at your SAT or ACT scores. Sometimes they look at college credit you've already completed. Sometimes they have their own, and I know El Centro does, they have their own kind of internal math assessment test that you can take, okay? So there's a variety of different methods that they use to pre-qualify you. But basically, if the 2-year pre-qualifies you for, based on math readiness and says, hey, this student is ready to start off in college level pre-calculus or higher, they're then going to provide you with a link to the Texas A&M Engineering Academy application. It's done online. It's not Apply Texas, so it's a little bit different than Apply Texas, but it's done online. It's submitted directly to Texas A&M, and then you submit all your other credentials to Texas A&M as well. So like your high school transcript and then your SAT or ACT scores, okay? Right now, there's no application fee for our Engineering Academy program. There is, but we pay for it, so you don't have to have any kind of out-of-pocket expense on that. And so you submit those credentials, and the Office of Admissions at Texas A&M actually reviews you for admission to the Academy program, okay? And they're looking at a variety of different things. They're looking at your class rank, they're looking at your test scores, they're looking at the highest level math you've completed in high school. So all of those things come into play. There's also some questions on the application that ask about your interest in engineering. You know, why do you want to do this? What are your long-term goals, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? So they're trying to actually gauge your interest. And so if you, I talked to a student in the first session who's had some experience in like electronics and electrical engineering, that type of stuff. She's taking some courses through Mountain View. You guys may be in the same situation. You may be taking some courses that are geared toward engineering. You may be working for an engineering firm here in the Dallas area. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do that. I'm not saying you have to do that, but if you have things like that you can put on that application and tell the Office of Admissions about, that can help them give them a better idea of what you bring to the table. Okay, so that's how they review students, and ultimately what happens is, as I mentioned, you start your Texas A&M engineering degree here in the Dallas area. You spend a minimum of 1 year here in Dallas. You can spend a maximum of 2 years here in Dallas before you have to transition full-time to College Station to actually finish your degree. Okay, so ultimately you're going to end up in College Station. Ultimately you're going to complete the majority of your coursework there in College Station. Most of your engineering coursework will be completed in College Station, and then obviously you'll graduate with a degree from Texas A&M. But again, this can be a great way to start your path toward becoming an Aggie engineer. So I wanted to kind of show you just a snapshot, and this is just a typical first year schedule of what our students would take. And so you see down here they take one A&M engineering course each semester, and I'll talk more about those in just a second. But then they take one math, one science, and usually one core curriculum elective through either El Centro or Richland. Okay, this makes up your entire schedule. Now, there is some variation with this, right? Because some students are going to start off in Calculus 1, some students are going to start off in Pre-Cal, some may start off in Calculus 2. So there's some variation to this schedule, but this is basically what our students are doing. They're doing one math, one science, one elective course, and then one Texas A&M engineering course each semester while they're co-enrolled. Okay? Now, you're technically not full-time at either institution, right? You're taking 2 to 3 hours through Texas A&M. You're taking 8 to 11 maybe through El Centro or Richland. But what happens is we have a consortium agreement between the two institutions. And so El Centro and or Richland, they actually count you as a full-time student on their campus, okay, for financial aid purposes and things like that, which can definitely benefit you, and I'll talk more about that here in just a second. So, again, this just kind of gives you an idea of what our first year engineering students do. This is basically what our first year engineering students do if they're at College Station. They're just taking all their courses through Texas A&M. This way you're just co-enrolled. You're just taking courses through 2 different institutions. So there's a lot of benefits to this program. Lots of benefits. I just want to highlight a few of those, and I've kind of touched on them already. But first of all, financial benefits, okay? Everybody likes to save money, right? I mean, I do. So everybody likes to save money. So the co-enrollment model, because of that co-enrollment model, you're only paying A&M tuition for your A&M courses. You're paying El Centro or Richland tuition for your other courses, okay? That can save you a lot of money, guys. In fact, if you look on that flyer, you have the potential to save up to $3,900 per semester just in tuition and fees. And that's compared to a student who goes full-time in College Station, okay? So that doesn't even include the money you might save on living expenses by staying closer to home, other miscellaneous things that you would need to expense in College Station, you may not have to expense here while you're living closer to home. So, you know, over the course of your entire academic career, it's possible to save, and we've seen some of our students save between $45,000 and $50,000 over the course of their entire academic career if they take full advantage of the academy program. Okay, now again, that's compared to a student who takes all of their coursework in College Station for all 4 years. So it's still going to cost you money, okay, don't get me wrong, it's still going to cost you money to go to college and to get an engineering degree, but it's going to cost you a lot less than if you do the full degree in College Station all 4 years, okay? In addition to that, I mentioned the consortium agreement just a minute ago. That opens you up to some very nice scholarship opportunities. For instance, El Centro right now and Richland, they both have what's called a T-STEM scholarship. It's like $2,500 for the year, which basically covers all your tuition and fees for either your El Centro courses or your Richland courses, okay? Texas A&M, when we charge you for your A&M courses here while you're here in Dallas, we actually charge you in what we call in absentia, which means we don't make you pay all of the fees that a student in College Station pays. We don't make you pay a rec center fee because you're not going to have access to that every single day. We don't make you pay some of the other fees that our College Station students pay because you don't need to pay those, right? Now ultimately you will once you transition to College Station, but while you're here in Dallas, there's no need for you to pay those fees. So this year our Texas residents in our academy program paid about $1,000 for their one A&M engineering course each semester. They paid anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 for their other courses, depending on how many hours they took and whether they were in district or out of district. So that kind of gives you an idea of what our students were paying in tuition and fees. If you went to a College Station full time, you're looking at probably $6,500 per semester in tuition and fees. So you're saving about half in tuition and fees of what a fully enrolled student in College Station pays. Okay, so that's a good thing. So definitely can save you some money. Strength in numbers. Now normally when you hear that, you think big group, right? You think 5,000 people. That's strength in